kickball machine for sale?
Yeah.
How much?
Not cheap.
Oh.
I think I want $100 for it.
Oh yeah?
Got all the keys and everything.
That's not bad.
Detective he gets someone to escort a fugitive or not. Well, the good old days of the what is it, the Shapiro Glickenhaus movies. Places are shutting down is because of the internet and Walmart. Mainly Amazon.
Netflix?
Netflix and all this online downloading and everything has really put the video stores in the dirt. It's a real shame because it takes the fun out of the collectability. Because you don't have it in your hands.
Right.
I mean, that's where I make all the money anyway.
Right.
But it's just not enough to keep the front and back here going anymore.
Care if I record?
Oh, I don't know.
This is Columbus history.
Yeah.
You guys have been around for since I was.
1978. 1978.
Yeah, news. Was it news? Yeah. North Campus News and news and video, and then when the general titles came in, it was North Campus Video.
When did you first start coming here?
I started coming here in 1988.
Really?
Got my membership, and I first started coming to this company that started this way back in 1984, when it was Video World.
So it was Beta World.
Yep.
Used to be Beta World. It was, you know, it all started out.
So, were you in the company when that started?
No. No, I didn't come until the early 80s. The VHS days,
Yeah.
you know.
They were guaranteed to have everything released. If you saw it in Fangoria magazine, they had it at Video World.
Were they always 24 hours back then?
It
Or?
was always 24 hours. Way back in 1984, I used to get off work at the pizza shop at 12 midnight, go rent a few videos, and go home and have a party. It was fun times. Then Video World spawned off to other branches such as Video Central, North Campus Video, and so forth.
Yeah. Do you remember what the prices were back then?
The prices were at least 20% off the retail cost. If you found something that was $69.95, they would have it, for probably around $58.95. Somewhere in that neighborhood. I used to go in there and see stuff that was much cheaper than Video Movies Unlimited. But the memberships were expensive. You had to pay a $100 deposit, but it was good for life.
Oh, yeah.
But I got to know some people that worked there, so they got me around all that. And I've been a member ever since.
What were they, do you remember what the rental prices were?
Rental prices were $1 a day per
Oh, wow.
title.
Huh.
$1. But the catch was you had to have it for 5 days. So it was $5.
Oh.
Still wasn't bad.
Let's see, what was it now? It was just 24 hours? You would rent a movie and it was due within the
Now
next
it's
24 hours.
hours.
Yeah.
But
Paul?
Paul B.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you joined on 7/18/94.
All right.
So,
This is-
somewhere around almost 18 years ago, give or take a few months.
I brought in, this is what I brought when Chris brought me here.
Oh, shit.
Bought that off the shelf.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
year
it
was
goes back
that?
a long ways there.
The guy looked it up out front and said it was 94.
Yeah, it probably was.
You came in here way before then.
Yeah.
You and I
Well,
were coming in here back
94,
in
we were
91.
doing, I don't think we were doing VHS in 94.
No.
Oh, no, I
Well, you
guess
had
we were.
some, but
but we started,
you had to have gotten that back in 90. It couldn't have been the first time you were in here.
Well, I didn't have a membership, but you could buy stuff off the shelf,
Right.
so
Right,
I bought it off the shelf.
right. But you said you bought that the first time you came in here.
Pretty sure, yeah.
That wasn't 94.
Really?
It was 91's when you and I started coming in here because it was after you got off work at Meyer.
Right.
We would come in here at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. We would be going out the door when the birds are coming out chirping.
Oh, yeah.
That was not no 94.
I mean, hell, we were the first to have DVDs. And we had them before anybody else did. I used to fly to New York and buy them.
Oh, really?
Well, when they first came out, they were only available in certain states. You could buy the players here, but you couldn't buy any movies.
Oh, wow.
So I just would fly to New York and buy a whole bunch of stuff and bring it back here and put it out for rental. Same with Laserdiscs. We were the first to have Laserdiscs back in those days.
I remember the good old days of Camelot Music, going in there and going through their bargain bins of Laserdisc.
I've got a shitload of those.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably be putting that stuff on eBay.
Hi, do you have any local films? And your name?
Is Marty.
Marty.
M-A-R-T-Y.
And how long have you been working here at
10 years this month.
10 years?
10 years at the end of this month, yep.
That was beginning of DVDs?
They'd been around for a bit, but the first little while that I worked here, I remember that they had first separated the store into halves. They had a half for the VHSs and a half for the DVDs.
Yeah.
Before that, they'd been kind of combined. It was
Don't
such a
determine-
different world back then because it was so much busier. When I first started working here, it was probably not actually the height, but it was the height had been not too far before, and we were really, really busy all the time. I mean, it was not an unusual thing to have 3 people working at the counter and having them all busy. It took on a different feel when they had planned on remodeling this place anyway. And it coincided with when they shut down High Street, and it was a really, really noticeably different place after that.
But when they did all that road construction here too, that hurt us. I mean, we lost a lot of business. You couldn't even get in the parking lot. You know what I mean? And if you didn't know how to come in the back way, then and it's just hard to try to get that business back after that. Almost 2 years they had that working on High Street. So that hurt too. Just a combination of a lot of things: economy, internet, mainly the internet. Oh.
Do you have any old school anime? I mean, the slogan for VHS was watch what you want when you want.
Yeah.
Because you have to log on to an internet, get on a sub website or whatever, and like somebody knows what you're watching, and it bugs me. And you gotta sign up, you gotta give them your credit card, blah 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 blah, and then
Yeah, another way they track you.
right.
They track you about on what you watch too. Oh, this guy's a psycho killer. He watches a bunch of horror movies.
And then they're only going to make suggestions based on what you watch. I mean, there might be some other movie out there that's going to be the best movie you ever seen if you ever find it, but because they don't suggest it and it's rare, you don't know about it. You can only find it in these specialty video stores.
When I get on Amazon or DVD Empire or any of these, I can't even, sometimes my mind goes blank. I don't even know what I'm looking for.
Right.
But when I go to a video store and I see it on the shelf, wow, I forgot, I was looking for that. Things get back into your brain when you see it on a shelf because it's a reminder. When you look at it on the internet, there's nothing there to remind you what you may be looking for or what. You know, it's just you got to think of what titles you want. Sometimes it's hard to do. There are days I will spend an hour before I even can figure out what one title that I'd want. It's ridiculous.
Technology just does that, you know.
Right.
You can do amazing things today that you probably didn't think of doing 10 years ago. But yeah, it's been fun working here. It's been fun.
The adult stuff always carried the torch for the store mainly, or
Well, the back room was always the engine, and
Yeah.
this stuff up here was, you know, it did okay, and we had a lot of cool stuff. You weren't making a lot of money renting stuff for $1.50. That wasn't where the big money came from.
right?
The fortunes of the front and the fortunes of the back were kind of intertwined, and they both kind of were victims of the same thing, so it sort of declined at the same time.
Right.
We had a lot of movies up here. When we started this sale just a few weeks ago, we had they did an inventory, and I think there were 20,000 movies up here.
Wow.
Just, you know, even into 2012, we had 20,000 movies. The closing process is really strange too, because it takes such a long time. I had no idea that that's how it worked. But yeah, you have to, certain things you have to do, and it's, you know, stretched out over a period of time, so it's hard to, when you first hear about it and you're closing, you think about it one way, but then it's 6 weeks later and you're still here, and it just seems like it's not real,
Right.
you know, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But as I see things flying off in all those empty spaces over there, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting work. I mostly had fun with it. It's not terribly difficult, and it was a lot of fun. I really liked interacting with people over the years, and that's probably the part I'll miss the most, is that there's no video stores now for basically the 50,000 person campus community. There's
Yeah.
nothing.
Do you have any Janus films?
I'm optimistic that when we're gone, maybe 6 months or so later, somebody will try something, and I wish them luck if they do, but it's just hard to believe that much of a opening somebody won't try something. And it's a very difficult thing to do, but I wish them luck if they do. If they do, I'll come to their store. But yeah, it just seems weird that, you know, you can't go anywhere within a few miles of this place except for red boxes. I mean, you can't go anywhere and pick up videos and look at them and rent them.
Especially the rare ones that you had.
Yeah, those are going to be, those will be difficult to come across again on a
Yeah.
rental basis.
You had one of those?
What?
A red box?
Hell no, I won't go to Redbox.
Yeah. So Century Video, I think, closed. Downtown.
Video Central downtown is gone.
I tell you, when did Video Central close down?
Which one?
It's
The
downtown.
April of last year? Almost a year ago.
God, I wish I would have known it was going to close.
We didn't know it was going to close.
Because they had they had a movie that I really, really wanted, and they wouldn't sell it to me.
What was it?
Pixot, Pixot.
Oh, yeah.
Is there another video store anywhere near campus at all?
Nearest thing to campus is clear out on Bethel Road. There's a Video Central out there. Bethel and go down. That's the closest.
What made you close?
Lack of income? Yeah.
You still go to Bethel Road?
Every now and then.
I've kind of referred a couple of people up there. Where am I going to rent my movies? I can't get this stuff on Netflix. Not this, but out there, you know. And I said, well, try Video Central and Bethel Road. Well, they ain't got shit over there. So I mean, I don't know how true it is. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? But
their selection's not bad. It's not as good as it was here.
they said, oh, all they got is mainstream stuff in there. I said, well, and even my adult guys they said, he don't get shit in there for adult stuff. He said, not like you get 25, 30 titles a week and everything. Well, that's what my business.
Don't know how much longer Family Video held on.
I've never been in one of those places, but people tell me the same thing about that. They don't really have much of anything.
They used to have a lot in the VHS field. Because I went
really?
there back in '02 and bought just a whole bunch of old big box horror movies and stuff like that. And they had a big blowout sale up there. And that was at all of them.
Well, I have to give myself credit. We did Outlast Flopfest in
Yep.
Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I have to pat myself on the back for that one.
Did they say what's going to become of this place at all? Or?
Oh, I'm sure the liquor store will take this.
Yeah, that's what I.
They've wanted it since the day they moved in.
I'm gonna be 62 this year, so I might as well do an early retirement. You know what I mean? And just
Yeah.
kind of kick back and just kind of relax for a while. I mean, I've been doing it for so long. I can't remember the last time I had a vacation, to tell you the truth. That's how long it's been.
Wow.
So, that's what I plan on doing. And I sell records on eBay. I'm a big record collection. If you walk into my house, you think you're in a record store. That's how big
Really?
it is. Oh yeah. It's overwhelming, believe me. And I do a lot of that on eBay. So I'll just spend more time doing stuff like that.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I got nowhere to go at night now.
Neither do I. I remember coming over here at 3 o'clock in the morning after getting off work at Meyer. Remember that?
Right. Something to do besides drink.
About all that's getting left in this town. The only thing left to do is drink, shop, eat, go to coffee shops, drink a latte.
Let's see if they have any Jess Franco nunsploitation movies.